Alright, so in this video, I will be telling you what I like and don't like about the Ursa Mini Pro 12K and why I will be selling it. Now, just a disclaimer about the camera with my own money. So with that being said, I am not restricted to what I can and can't say about this camera. Now, the first thing I really like about this camera is the dynamic range and color science. However, I am still not a fan of the video and extended video gamma that this camera comes out with straight out of the box. That means don't expect something to come out of the box that looks really good. You will have to definitely tweak some stuff in post-production, such as adding greens, because like I said previously multiple times, this camera favors brown over green right out of the box. Now, owning an Arri Alexa really effed me with how I view cameras now, because once you've shot with an Arri EV color science, there's just no going back. You become really strict at colors and stuff. Now, the second thing I like about the Ursa Mini Pro 12K is the body. It's very similar to other blackmagic cameras like the 4.6K, the G1, the G2. The physical buttons and labels really make the camera easy to use. Now, the third thing I like about the camera is the size and weight. Considering the crazy things the camera can do, the Ursa Mini Pro 12K is pretty darn lightweight. I was able to mount a Sigma 1835mm with follow focus on a Crane 3S with no issues, and the entire thing weighed 16 pounds. The next thing I like about the Ursa Mini Pro 12K is the way it downscales the 12K images to 8, 6, and 4 if need be. No crop, it's full readout. The technology behind this is actually what excited me the most, because what's stopping them from putting this sensor to a smaller form factor that you can maybe fit in your pocket? You guys remember what the original Ursa looked like, and they were able to shrink that. Next up is slow motion capabilities. Ursa Mini Pro 12K was already an interesting camera for slow motion when it was announced, but firmware 7.0 added even more slow motion options. But just remember to look in the manual to see the bit rates for this camera, because if you want to shoot slow motion at high resolutions, you might have to get the external SSD recorder, since the bit rates get pretty insane with this camera. Now, the last thing I like about the 12K is the price point. The Ursa Mini Pro 12K is an IMAX equivalent, guys, and it can be had for less than $10,000. I honestly don't know what else to say about that. It's just, for the price of this camera, it's absolutely insane. There's absolutely nothing out there that can compete with this camera at this price point. So now that I told you about what I liked about the Ursa Mini Pro 12K, let's talk about what I hate. I absolutely hate this camera's stills button placement. The placement of this stills button is beyond me. My guess is they put the stills button where it is because of selfie mode, but blackmagic, how can you take a selfie when the screen doesn't flip 180? I literally had to ask the talent if my finger was on the right button when I was trying to take a stills, and majority of the time I was pressing the wrong button because there's a lot of buttons close by. So guys, maybe put the stills button on the other side of the screen so we can look at the screen and then press the stills button without having to guess where it is. Well, that's pretty much really the only thing I don't like about this camera, because overall I still think it's a really nice camera for what you're paying for. So now I will tell you why I am selling this camera. Now, originally my plan was replace my Arri Alexa with the Ursa Mini Pro 12K, which technically are the same price, kind of. But unfortunately, with as many cameras that are out right now, I haven't gotten any interest on my used Arri Alexa. I would love to keep both of these cameras, but it stands right now, I have a better chance of selling my Ursa Mini Pro 12K than selling my 10-year-old Arri Alexa. It sucks really bad, but the camera market is just so saturated right now. So many options for consumers. I mean, the Arri Alexa is still a beast of a camera. It's just humongous, but hey, it's still a classic, so I'm not really mad at all to be stuck with it. But like always, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys later.